Good evening, everyone. We're coming live to you tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the P.A.D. 195. In the booth with me tonight is Rich Donathan, the Law Dog. Rich, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great this evening, Marty. Ready to see an awesome race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of the fastest short tracks on the series. We're going to see one heck of a truck race this evening.
Yeah, last week's race was at Michigan. It was the Michigan 200, and the winner of the race was Marty Sponsler. Second was Mark Russell, and Brad Lambie finished third. And looking at our grid tonight, we'll give you the grid rundown and see where last week's winner started. On the pole tonight is L.G. Whaley with a time of 29.610. Second is Brad Lambie. Third place, Wayne Feldman. And fourth, Rodney Harris.
And starting fifth, the number 28, Stephen Tapley Sr. And starting sixth on the outside, the number 66, Patrick Willman. Starting seventh, number 22, Mike Kelyenye. And eighth, the number 54, David Depew.
Starting in ninth tonight is Craig White. 10th place, Edward Velarde. 11th, Lloyd Jones. And 12th, Bob Roberts.
Starting 13th on the outside, number 23, Marty Sponsler. Starting 14th in the number 6, Mike Costa. Starting 15th in the 02, Mark Russell. And starting 16th in the number 11th, Freddie Aldrich Jr. And finishing out that Wayne is going to be 17th, the number 5 of Jason Orlando.
Yes, cars are beginning to roll off pit road. And this is going to be a great race.
Awesome race we're going to see here tonight, Wayne. And let's just keep the folks updated here. This is the P.A.D. 195, People Against Distracted Driving. Stay alive and don't text and drive. That's what it's all about here this evening, folks. So make sure to keep your eye on those kids out there and make sure they're not texting and driving at the same time. Ain't that right, Wayne?
That's correct, Rick. A new one to the racing series is L.G. Whaley, starting on the pole tonight in the 99 truck, sponsored by Wiley X Sunglasses. And LG's quite a driver. He's probably the youngest on the grid at 75 years old, but quite a competitor.
I tell you what, Wayne, taking a look at him right now, looks like he's got a pair of them sunglasses on right now.
Yep, the lights are out on the pace car, and as they come out of turn 4, we're going to be taking the green flag to get this race underway.
Pace car is off the track, folks. They're about to cross the start and finish line. L.G. Whaley taking off there, jumping up there in the front with the 79 of Brad Lambie, trying to follow in right behind him with that Superflow Chevrolet truck as they enter into turn 1. All right, down the backstretch, entering into turn 3. L.G. Whaley showing some skill out there. And the 79 of Brad Lambie still on the tail end of that with the number 95 of Wayne Feldman moving in position there at third as they cross the start and finish line. But it looks like Brad Lambie is trying to look on the outside there as they're going into turn 1.
Coming out of turn 1 and heading down. Actually heading down the backstretch, L.J. Whaley is still your leader, followed by Brad Lambie and Wayne Feldman in the 96 truck.
That's right. Taking a look back here at the number 66 of Patrick Willman. He is trying to get on the back bumper of Stephen Tapley as it looks like a couple cars there are starting to get side by side. That'll be, looks like Rodney Harris is up on that outside in the 02 as they come out of turn 2, Wayne.
Yeah, LG is pulled a little, about 10 car lengths away from Brad Lambie, and Wayne Feldman is right there on his bumper.
That's right. I'm taking a look back here at 7th place, the number 22 of Mike Killianye. I'll tell you what, that last name is always a mouthful, but I tell you, he's always an eye to watch there out there on that track as he comes out of turn 2. Looks like the 54 of David Depew, I hope I'm getting that name right, is trying to get up on the tail end of the bumper of that Mike Killianye, Wayne.
As they cross the start-finish line, the LG Whaley is still your leader. And Brad Lambie's in second. Third place is, Wayne Feldman has pulled into second place, made the pass on the inside. Brad Lambie third, Stephen Tapley fourth. And fifth place is Mike Collini. David Pugh sixth, Edward Velarde seventh, Craig White eighth, Rodney Harris ninth. And in 10th place, last week's winner, Marty Sponsler.
Tell you what, though, as they cross the start and finish line, Brad Lambie going back up in that number 2 spot there. Looks like Wayne Feldman there fell behind, or it looked like Brad got a little jump there going into turn 1 and took that second place position back.
This should be quite a battle here. LG's pulled away just a little bit, but they're going to have to make at least 2 pit stops in tonight's race. So that will affect the race greatly. And quite a battle back there. We're going to go inside with Wayne Feldman in car camera and see the view from his cockpit.
Tell you what, right there inside Wayne Feldman's car there, he's got both hands on the wheel there, wheeling that thing as they go into turn, looks like they're going into turn 3, coming out of turn 4 on the front straightaway.
Coming off the turn that time, looks like Brad Lambie got a little bit loose. Back in wanted to kick out. So these guys are entering turn 2 down there at an excess of 185 miles an hour. And these tires are going to start to wear, and the fuel's going to start to burn off, and this is going to be an exciting race.
Tell you what, talking about exciting race, I'm looking back here in 9th and 10th position, the number 3 of Craig White and Edward Velarde going at it side by side as they're going on the front stretch. Looks like the 17 of Ed Velarde got just past the start and finish line before Craig White did that time. But it's still showing.
Yeah, the 22 of Mike Collini is running in 6th position, and he is closing up on the rear bumper, the 54, David Depew, and they'll have them a battle going pretty shortly as they cross the start-finish line now, headed into turn 1.
All right, taking a look at Mike Collini. Mike Collini closing in on the number 54 of David Depew. And I tell you what, down the backstretch, they're coming. And I tell you, Mike looks like he's about to set himself up, going to follow right into the same tracks as David Depew as they exit off the turn 4.
You know what, there's battles all over the racetrack. We've got some battle back here with Edward Velarde for 7th. And great racing here tonight at the Atlanta 195, the P.A.D.D. 195 from Atlanta.
That's right, Wayne. And I tell you what, we're 11 laps into it with what, 119 laps left to go.
The 66 truck spins on the backstretch.
Ooh, that's going to be Patrick Willman that got that spin there, Wayne.
Yeah, he was beside another truck and got loose and got up into the fence.
Oh, just taking a look there at the replay, like you said, Wayne, got a little loose. Looked like the steering wheel jerked around on him and smacked that wall pretty hard coming out of turn 2 there and kind of put that thing up on its top. So definitely we'll have to get up with him here in a little bit and see how he's doing.
Yeah, that truck's going to need some serious repair if they get that back out.
Absolutely. Tough break for him. I tell you, he was making some leadway early there in the race.
You got to hand it to him. He got that truck off the track very quickly and did not bring out the yellow. We're still under green.
Yeah, and talking about the green there, L.G. Whaley has got a pretty good lead, almost about a 2-second lead over Wade Fieldman right now. So he definitely does not want to see a caution come out anytime soon.
Now they're going to, here at Atlanta, you can run about 55 laps on a fuel run. Some can go a little more, but 55, 56 laps, we're going to see these guys in for some Sunoco fuel and 4 new Goodyear tires, because you're going to need them here at Atlanta to stay competitive.
Well, I tell you what, Wayne, you think we're going to see a green flag pit?
That could very well happen. You know, these are some of the best drivers that there are in the league, and very rarely do we have a caution. We had one a couple of weeks ago in the race, and I think one last week for debris. But great drivers out here. They respect each other. They know the limits of their cars and give each other plenty of racing room.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, Wayne, when you say best of the best, some of these names here do look familiar with me. Some of these folks like Craig White, Mike Caldigne, L.G. Whaley, and Wayne just corrected me, it's Collini. And when Mike sees this broadcast, please forgive me. Just excited watching you guys run around this track here, and at very competitive level there.
Yeah, these some of these guys, I know I race with LG. We race 7 nights a week, and LG probably wins 80% of his races with us, and he's a talented driver.
Well, that's no problem. Now, if I remember correctly, Wayne, what's the name of that league that you run in?
Well, we race in a league called the Old Farts, and you have to have your AARP and be close to drawing Social Security to race with us. But we let the young guys in to school them.
All right, I tell you what. Looking out on the track right now, I'm looking at the number 3 of Craig White. Always got a sharp-looking vehicle. And I believe that VSR he's got on the back of that truck there, I believe stands for Veteran Sim Racers. Trailing in right behind the number 3 of Craig White. I tell you what, Wayne, Craig White, he ain't no joke either. Outstanding racer. He knows how to wheel this thing around this track.
Got a group back here in 10th, 11th, and 12th. You got Jason Orlando, Rodney Harris, David Depew, and Lloyd Jones running right in a group just across the start-finish line. There's racing going on all over the racetrack.
Well, I tell you what, Wayne, while that racing is going on all over the racetrack, L.G. Whaley up here, up front, wearing those sunglasses that you were talking about. And I tell you, he's just, looks like he's out on a Sunday drive. He's going in the corners real smooth, coming out of the corners real smooth. Don't see any problems with that truck.
Across the start-finish line that time at 183 miles an hour, and his last lap was a 30.368. That's pretty fast for 20 laps into the run.
Tell you what, taking a look right here at the number 23 of Mark Sponsler, Brad Lambie, and it looks like, I believe it's going to be that 79. That's Brad Lambie. And this number 28, Stephen Tapley Sr. Got a good little race there. It looks like those guys are trying to switch up positions a little bit, but each one of them are kind of holding their ground.
All right, let's go in the camera in the cockpit with L.G. Whaley and see his view. That's the best view a driver can see. Nothing in front of you. Looks back in the mirror, and behind him, he's got a 3.4-second lead on second place with Wayne Feldman.
Tell you what, I'm still taking a look at that 28 of Stephen Tapley Sr. and the number 23 of Marty Sponsler. Looks like Marty's finally going to get underneath the 28 of Stephen as they cross the start and finish line. And it looked like he's going to take that third spot away from him there, Wayne. Excellent racing there.
And just as he gets by, here comes Brad Lambie on the bottom of Stephen Tapley. I mean, that's third, fourth, fifth, and sixth there, they've got their own little battle going there.
But Stevens still hung on to that fourth place position there. You got to wonder, Wayne, if possibly the 28 is maybe having some problems with those tires. Maybe those tires are getting heated up a little bit. It doesn't take much here in Atlanta, especially.
I did notice that the 28 qualified fifth, so he wasn't quite as quick here as he was at Michigan. But, you know, they could be taking care of their tires, too. LG's running such a pace up there, they're probably thinking he's going to wear his out, and they're going to reel him back in as his tires go away.
Well, you're right about that, Wayne, and I tell you, the way these guys are, they're always thinking when they go around the track, and I tell you, that's what makes them the best of the best. But I tell you what, we're 25 laps into it, that only we're only looking at about 105 laps left of this race, and I tell you, it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, Brad Lambie just got loose and got up next to the wall and slid back a little bit, but that was close. It was close to getting into the wall there on the backstretch.
Absolutely, and I've been watching Brad for the last few laps, and it looks like he's getting a little bit loose coming out of turn 2 there. But, you know, Wayne, going into that turn 1 there at Atlanta, when you come off that apron coming out of turn 2, if you're not careful, that truck will get upset with you.
Yeah, it will. And another thing you have to be careful is the tires wear, and you go through the trioval, which is the fastest part of the track. If you turn into turn 1 too sharp and put too much pressure on that right front tire, it'll make it go away.
Look at the number 23 of Marty Sponsler underneath the number 28. Stephen Tapley is going to move into that, I believe it's going to be that second place position there.
Yep, Marty just got by Wayne Feldman for second, and now Brad Lambie's moved up into third.
That's right. He's not only moved up to third, but he's looking underneath the number 95 of Wayne Feldman. It looks like he's going to take that spot away from him.
So they're second, third, fourth, and fifth, still right there in a big group.
I tell you what, Wayne, Marty Sponsor may be where the eyes need to be watching today. He is already pulled away. It looks like about 2 truck lengths away from Brad Lambie. When he's got some clean air out there, we may see him start trying to track down LG Whaley.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Let's check Marty's speed at the line. Yeah, Marty just ran a 30.410 to a 30.411, so the very close speeds there at the line.
He was about 4.5 seconds behind, and now he's looking at about 4.3 seconds behind LG Whaley, so he's definitely making track position right now.
All right, our leader just took lap 30. Let's do a full field rundown for you. In first place, we still got LG Whaley. Second place, Marty Sponsler. Third place, Stephen Tapley. Fourth, Wayne Feldman. And fifth, Brad Lambie. Over to you, Rick.
That's right, and I'm looking at sixth place, the 02 of Mark Russell. Seventh place, the number 22, Mike Collini. And looks like eighth place, we got the number 17 of Edward Velarde. Ninth place, Rodney Harris. And in the 10th place, the number 5, Jason Orlando.
11th place is Craig White. 12th, David Depew. 13th is Lloyd Jones. 14th, Rob Roberts. And off the track after that wreck on the backstretch is Patrick Willman.
Tell you what, looking back up here at LG Whaley and Marty Sponsler again. Now, looking back at the times as of right now, it looks like LG Whaley has opened that lead up just a little bit, knowing that Marty is on the trail. He's back up to about 4.5 seconds behind the leader, actually 4.480 seconds behind the leader. So I think somebody must have called LG on the radio and said, hey, you better step it up a little bit. Marty's on his way.
Yeah, LG's a fierce competitor, but these guys behind him are too. What this is, we got 33 laps, probably about 20 to 22 laps away from a green flag pit stop. we don't get a yellow. Pit strategy is going to be big here. You can take 2 right sides in fuel here, but you're going to have a full tank of fuel. And if for a full tank of fuel, you can probably take 4 tires in about the same amount of time.
Tell you what, looking back here at the 02 in 6th place, Mark Russell up in front of Mike Collini driving the number 22. But I tell you what, Mike Collini needs to look in his mirror because he's got Rodney Harris right on his bumper. And Rodney's been trying to work on Mike there and try to take that 7th place spot away from him.
Yeah, that 99. I want a bumper cam here with Rodney and looking back at the competitor behind me.
We just had a big problem with number 5 of Jason Orlando there. Wayne, don't know what happened, but it looks like he may have got loose coming off that apron again, coming out of turn 2.
The worst thing that you could do here at Atlanta is hook that left front tire down below that white line, and it'll de-wedge that car and shoot you up into the wall. Let's go back and let's see if we can get a replay of the 5 car.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was just zipped it over there just a few minutes ago to try to watch that replay, and it looked like the number 5, Jason Orlando, just got a little bit sideways coming off that apron. Truck slid on up there close to that wall to keep from hitting that wall. He brought it down. He actually saved the truck, but close call for him. No hurt, no foul. He just maybe lost a few positions, but I think he's going to be good there, Wayne.
Yeah, it's a good thing that paved apron down there, because if that had been grass, it would have been hello wall.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I tell you what, like you said earlier, you got the best of the best here. Jason Orlando, he's definitely a name out there that a lot of people know of.
Let's see if our director can go to our start-finish cam, and let's get an idea of just how fast these trucks cross that start-finish line. Like I said, to come out of turn 4 here and down the front stretch, and these guys are 180 to 184 miles an hour as they cross the start-finish line.
I tell you what.
All right, there's LG crossing the start-finish line. It gives you fans some perspective of just how fast these trucks are as they go down the front stretch here at Atlanta, the fastest part of the speedway.
I tell you what, Wayne, 39 laps into this race, seen some really good action. No cautions have came out in this race yet, so those tires have definitely got us to be wearing down now. It looks like the 95 is working on the number 28 of Stephen Tapley Sr. again. It's gotten a little bit closer. That's going to be Wayne Fieldman. These guys are getting good exits off the corners, but it just ain't enough to get past Stephen.
Tell you what, 6th, 7th, and 8th, we got a good battle back here between the 02, the 22 of Mike Collini, and in 8th place is Rodney Harris. They've got a little battle going on back there.
Oh, and it looks like it's going to be the 79 Wayne of Brad Lambie that's going into the pits. Got my eye on him right now. Going to see if he's going to take 2 tires or 4 tires. Now, here at Atlanta, I'm not sure with only 41 laps into this. He, right now, it looks like he just took, looks like he's going to take 4 tires and he's going to fill her up with gas. He's back out of the pits.
Well, that's the first of our green flag pit stops there on lap 42.
Well, that's definitely going to open up some gap in the field there. See how that's going to work out for Brad Lambie. Got a little loose coming out of the pits there, but he's working it out, getting on the backstretch.
Yeah, the 95 of Wayne Feldman and Marty Sponsler are side by side as they go down the backstretch and into turn 3 over the tunnel. And looks like Marty's pulling him on the outside. Wayne gets right on the white line going through the turn.
Looks like we got the 05 of Lloyd Jones that just entered the pits as well. So that may be a future teammate of Brad Lambie there. Those guys may work together to try to get out there and work together.
That battle back for third and fourth is still going on between Sponsler and Wayne Feldman as Stephen Tapley has pulled ahead of Wayne Feldman now as they head back to the start-finish line.
Yeah, it looks like he's opened it up at about 2 truck lengths. And I tell you, just wondering if Wayne Feldman may have burned some tire up a little bit, trying to stay on the bottom apron down there, trying to get past Steve Tapley. But I tell you, he's got to have a fast truck because he's back up on the bumper of that truck again as they go into turn 3.
Well, it looks like he got back in the draft and pulled up to him a little bit. But you know, these two guys that have already pitted is going to force the hand of some of these guys because they've got fresher tires and they're going to be a little faster.
That's right. And I tell you talk about taking pits. The 22 of Mike Collini just went into the pits there. Got my eye on them, and I'll keep you posted in just a moment, Wayne.
Yep, it's quite a race. So he's our third truck to pit now. He's pitting at lap 46.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, you got Brad Lambie is 1 lap down. David Dupuy, that is 2 laps down. Lloyd Jones somehow got 3 laps down. Must have not had a good pit there. But it looks like the 22 of Mike Collini just took 4 tires and get back out on the track now. Not sure if he's lost a lap yet, though.
Well, the 02 just entered the pits. He's on the pit road. They're changing right side tires. Let's see if he takes 2 or 4. They're going for 4 tires and Sunoco fuel, and the 02 will be back, exiting his pits back into the action.
Tell you what, taking a look back at the 28 and the 95, Stephen Tapley, Wayne Feldman still going at it as they're getting ready to catch up with lap traffic of the 05 of Lloyd Jones as they're getting ready to enter into turn 3.
Haven't talked much about our leader. He's pretty much pulled away to a 5.5 second lead, and that's valuable time when it comes to making that pit stop and getting those fresh Goodyear tires and that Sunoco fuel. Right now in the lead, coming up on 50 laps, L.G. Whaley in the Wiley X Sunglass car is leading. Second place, Marty Sponsler. Third, Stephen Tapley Sr. Fourth, Wayne Feldman. Fifth is Rodney Harris.
Tell you what, taking a look back here at 6th place, Craig White, just watching him, and the number 5, Jason Orlando. Orlando only inside as they come out of turn 4, start and finish line side by side, but it looks like the 5 of Jason Orlando is going to take care of that 6th place position for right now.
All right, it's lap 50, and it looks like the 99 truck may be going to pit. He is. The 99, our leader, is entering pit road. He slows down to 45 miles an hour is our pit road speed. If you get caught speeding entering pit road, it's a 15-second penalty, and you do not want that.
Tell you what, just taking a look back here, Marty Sponsler's got his eye on LG. He went into the pit right behind him, so I'm watching Marty here if you can watch and see how many tires LG gets, because he got quite a distance on that forward set of tires he got.
Yep, that 5-second lead is going to be valuable getting on and off pit road. Change right side tires on the 99 car of LG Whaley. Left side's full of Sunoco fuel. He's got the engine revved up. They dropped the truck, and he's away.
Oh, but Marty's right behind him. Got a really good pit coming out of there. He is not too far coming out from behind him. Good pit stop from Marty Sponsler.
Yeah, Marty's speed of getting into pits must have been a lot faster than LG's, because he sure made up some valuable ground there in that pit stop.
That's right. Taking a look at the lead up here. It looks like the 95 Wayne Feldman finally got past Stephen Tapley, and it looks like he's going to lead this lap here, lap 52. as Wayne Fieldman is our new leader.
We got 2 other trucks on pit road.
Looks like the 28 of Stephen Tapley is getting himself set up to possibly go in the pit this time. Oh, and the 63 and the 28 is going to go in the pit at the same time. And, of course, Wayne. Oh, and I tell you what, the 63 and the 28 got into it right there as they got ready to enter the pit. The 63 almost spun the 28 of Steve Tapley out, 63 being the Rodney Harris.
Wayne Feldman did spin, I believe, on pit road. We're inside Rodney's car, coming down. Oh, he runs into the back of the car in front of him, bumps him. These guys are such good drivers, man. Did not spin either one of them out. Wayne Feldman spins on pit road into the grass. That is going to hurt, taking him out of the contention for the lead, but he'll have another pit stop to try to make it up.
I tell you what, taking a look at the pit stop right now, Steve Tapley Sr. banging his hands on the steering wheel, very upset driver. Got some damage on that rear spoiler, a little bit on that bumper that Rodney Harris gave to him there, Wayne.
Now this is racing's a game of inches and miles per hour, and if you get too close, get in too hot, the tires are worn out, the truck doesn't slow down, you damage not only the rear spoiler of the guy in front of you, but if you mess up your aero on the front of your truck, you can't run by yourself and make up any ground.
Absolutely. LG Whaley just entered into turn 3. Excellent turn 4. Marty Sponsor in about middle ways in between 3 and 4. About 3.3 second lead LG's got over Marty. I guess the big question is, Wayne, can Marty catch LG?
I don't know if he can catch him by himself. What he really needs to do is get another fast truck with him, and the 2 of them might be able to draft up there and catch him. Brad Lambie, who's about 4 seconds back behind Marty, if those 2 guys can get hooked up, 2 trucks are a little quicker than 1 here at Atlanta.
Yeah, you're right, but I tell you what, we are talking about LG Whaley, and it may very well take 2 trucks to catch him. Because as of right now, he is down to 3.1 seconds, so Marty has actually made some leeway on him.
Yes, he has. You know, these guys, when they pit, they can make wedge changes to the truck. They can change tire pressures. There's a lot of changes they can do. And if you make the right change, it helps you in your speed. And if you make the wrong one, it can go the other way.
Tell you what, it looks like LG Whaley is running into a little bit of lap traffic again. That's Lloyd Jones he just got by there. But I tell you what, look at that 23 of Marty Sponsler. He has got right up on the back door of LG Whaley and actually caught him pretty quick.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a battle here in a couple of laps. I don't know if LG made any changes or not, but Marty is definitely coming.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, 2.980 seconds behind LG. He keeps chomping the time down each lap, so I think Marty is just about hooked on to the draft off of LG Whaley's car. So like you say, I think we're getting ready to see a race, so LG might have to take them sunglasses off here in just a few minutes, Wayne.
He may have to do that. Marty Sponsler, as they cross the line, has closed it up within about 3 truck lengths on LG Whaley and closes it down more in turns 1 and 2.
Absolutely. Watching Marty Sponsor go into the corners, I tell you what, he has gained a lot of speed as when he enters into the corners. Looking under LG Whaley, he goes under him in turn 3 and 4. It looks like Marty's going to get right by him, no problem.
As they come out of 4 and through the tri-oval, LG's looking back to the inside, but I think he's going to tuck in and follow him down into turns 1 and 2.
Well, I tell you what, you got to ask yourself, you got to ask Marty, he's got that spoiler kind of banged up a little bit. Did that help him or did it hurt him?
Might have given him a little more downforce in the rear if that spoiler got bumped up in the air, so maybe giving him a little more grip in the turns he didn't have before.
Well, I tell you what, just taking a look around there a few minutes ago, Wayne, I believe I saw Marty banging on the steering wheel again, but he was actually seemed pretty excited when he banged on the steering wheel that time.
He may have been. We're on board with LG now. You can see the damage on the back of the truck there. The left rear fender's bent up a little bit. Down there that low, it's not going to hurt the aero very much, but LG's sticking with him as they exit turn 4 and head for the trial.
That's right. Taking a look back here at the 79 of Brad Landy, trying to work something up here with Mark Russell, just about a half a second behind him. It's about 6, maybe 5 truck lengths. Looks like he's getting some good entrances into the corners as well, gaining ground on Mark Russell there as they enter the backstretch.
Yeah, after the pit stops are cycled through, we've got trucks spread all the way around the racetrack, and still in first. All right, first place is LG Whaley. Second, 2.7 back is Marty Sponsler. Third place, Mark Russell. Fourth, Brad Lambie. Fifth, Mike Collini. Craig White in sixth. Ed Velarde seventh. Jason Orlando in eighth.
Tell you what, rounding it out in ninth place, the number 28 is Stephen Tapley Sr. And in 10th place, the number 95, Wayne Philbin. Now, Wayne Philbin just a few minutes ago was the first car. It was a lap down, but it looks like Stephen Tapley Sr. is going to be the first car lap down. I tell you, it really hurt Wayne spinning out in the pits there, Wayne.
And I don't know. I don't know what happened to Stephen, if he had a bad pit stop or what happened. I don't think he's got lapped on the track, so something must have happened to Stephen as well.
Yeah, he was doing pretty good there just a few minutes ago. Don't know what happened.
Right now we've got 8 cars on the lead lap, but after losing the lead for just a few laps, LG Whaley is back up front, and he's got that Ford wound up. He's got a 2.7 second lead over the 23 truck of Marty Sponsler. Once again, you're watching the P.A.D.D. 195 live from Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we're glad to have you with us tonight.
Tell you what, Wayne, let's sit back here and just let everybody turn their speakers up and listen to these trucks roar around this track.
All right, we missed how he got a lap down, but Stephen Tapley is 1 lap down, running in 9th place. Marty Sponsler is in 2nd in the 23 truck. We're going to give you a view now from the fan view. All around our speedway, we've got cameras positioned, and this is some of the things you see if you were at the Atlanta Motor Speedway sitting in your seats or in the infield.
Tell you what, taking a look at the 0-2 of Mark Russell and Brad Lambie, seeing a battle there starting to unfold. Brad Lambie has moved that truck about a truck length behind Mark Russell, so here in just a few moments we should see some action starting there, bumper to bumper, the door-to-door action.
Yeah, these we're at lap 70 now of 130, so we're almost, probably another 25, 30 laps. We're going to see some guys coming into pits to get some more tires, some Sunoco racing fuel. We're on board now with Brad Lambie looking up, and he's got that truck wound up.
Oh, I tell you what, just taking a look back, those guys as they were coming out of turn 4, looks like the 54 truck of David Depew got a little bit of a push in his truck and kind of bounced off the wall there. Able to keep it out, still on the track, but looks like he's got some damage there on the front right.
Yeah, you can take a little bit of damage to the right side here. We're on board with David Depew now. Look at that right front fender, Rick. It's crumpled up a pretty good bit.
Yeah, I tell you what, he must have hit the wall a little harder than what we saw from the booth up here. But I tell you, it's definitely going to affect him there as he's running 11th place right now with 1 lap down.
Back in third and fourth, we got Mark Russell in third, and Brad Lambie is right on his bumper, right in his tire tracks. We got a good battle going there for third and fourth place.
Tell you what, it looks like Marty Sponsor is about 2.9 seconds behind LG Whaley, still trying to make some time up to catch LG Whaley. But I tell you, where the race is happening right now, Wayne, is if you look at the third spot of the 0-2 of Mark Russell and Brad Lambie still trying to battle something out there. Brad Lambie looks on the inside, but just doesn't have enough to get past the 0-2 of Mark Russell.
Yeah, Brad dropped back a little bit. They're coming up on some lap traffic, and that may play into this race going on between these two.
Absolutely, and I'm taking a look back at Marty Sponsler. It looks like LG is maybe opened up just a little bit more, maybe a two more truck lengths of a lead on Marty Sponsler. Marty Sponsler with 3.1 seconds behind still, and he keeps falling behind. So definitely probably got some tire issues going on there.
It's only 78 degrees here at Atlanta today, but that track temperature is probably up around 100 degrees, and it will put a wear on these Goodyear tires.
Absolutely. And taking a look back here at 7th spot of Edward Velarde. Ed always has some really good races. Just kind of running by himself here right now, and he's going to be the last car before any of the lead. He is the last car on the lead lap.
Well, the leaders have just taken lap 75, a little bit over halfway. Like I said, probably lap 100 to 110. We're going to see some more pit stops. And we've got to spin. The 47 of Bob Roberts just spun, hit the wall. He's back down on the apron, headed toward pit road.
Wow, I'm trying to find my replay on that to see what happened. Wayne looks like as he's getting ready to go into the corner, it just I think he was actually going to go into a pit and just dove down there too hard. That looks like the apron may have just got him all messed up.
Yeah, I think he got on the apron too fast, came up and pounded the outside wall, got a lot of damage on that 47 truck. He's on pit road now, taking 2 right side tires, Sunoco fuel, 2 left side tires. They're going to do a little sheet metal repair there. It's going to take a little bit before that truck will be ready to leave pit road.
Absolutely. Looking at Marty Sponsor, 3.385 seconds behind LG Whaley. I tell you, LG is just sitting back up there in that number 1 spot, laid back with his sunglasses on and just driving this thing around here as if he's on a road trip.
Yeah, Bob Robertson, the 47, still on pit road. They're still making repairs to that truck. And he may have several more minutes of repair before he'll be able to re-enter the race. Yeah, he went down on the apron, and he could have broken something or bent something when his truck snapped and got in the outside wall. So he does have some pretty heavy damage there.
Tell you what, LG Whaley, just sitting here watching him just for the last few laps. Smooth driver, I will tell you, Wayne. He's just getting into those corners, getting that out of them corners right on cue, exactly where he needs to be. All
right, we're in the car with LG looking at his hands. Somebody said one night, says, LG never misses his marks. He runs the same lap after lap on the same place. I said, well, he has a computer racing for him. That's how good he is.
Well, as you can see right there, as you're watching him right there on camera, just look at him. Look how smooth he is, the finesse that he's got in those arms there as he's wheeling this thing around one lap after another.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of racers, and the LG's very consistent. His lap speeds are consistent. He spends hours and hours and hours a week working on setups, and being retired, he's able to do that. But he's a great competitor, and we're glad to have him here in our race tonight.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, taking a look again back here in third position, the number 02, Mark Russell, and the number 79 of Brad Lambie. Tell you what, Brad Lambie's having a few problems coming out of turn 2. Saw him just get a little loose as he exited off turn 2 there, went way up close to that wall, and it's probably about the 8th or 9th time I've seen him have to jerk that wheel back down to keep that truck from smacking that outside wall.
As we get to the end of this tire run, you know, these tires are getting slick. The wear's probably down to 60, 70% on the tires. You need all the grip you can here.
Yeah, it looks like Brad Lambie's actually going to go into pit. He probably just don't have any more wear left on those tires, Wayne. It's probably best that he go ahead and do pit. And I believe if we go back to some replays looking back, now Brad was one of the first trucks that actually went into the pit. So he's probably right on cue about the time he needs to put some new rubber on that thing.
As Brad was coming into pit, the 3, Craig White, was exiting, and Brad actually had to slow up to get in his pits because the 3 was in his way. Brad Lambie took 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel, and he's back out in that 79 truck, back on to the racetrack.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Marty Sponsler still, it just seems like he's not making much ground on LG Whaley of 4.279 seconds behind LG Whaley. And in behind him, the third spot, Mark Russell, which he has no pressure on his back door right now. It's going to be interesting to see if Mark kind of focuses now what's in front of him and not what's behind him.
Our leader, LG Whaley, is averaging 1/10 per lap faster than second place. So he's pulling away, and unless something happens to that 99 truck, sponsored by Wiley X Sunglasses, it looks like LG might have the field covered tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wayne, let's don't count our chickens before they hatch. Anything can happen because, remember, we're here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And I tell you, Marty Sponsler, he may be falling back a little bit, but I tell you, you can just see the eagerness in him, just trying one lap after another, trying to catch LG.
Yeah, LG just started lap 88. The last lap was 30.424 seconds. And that's at the end of a run, Rick. That's not bad for tire wear. It's approaching 45 laps.
Yeah, you're definitely right. He's definitely got that thing set up like a sewing machine, and it's just a chirping away going from one lap to the next. But, you know, if you look at the field, top 5 cars are the only top 5 cars on the lead lap, starting with Stephen Tapley Sr. being the first car as a lap down, and then behind him, the number 5, Jason Orlando, which Jason was having a really good race there until he had those troubles when he come out of turn 2 and had to bring that thing down to the apron, but still was able to keep that thing from having any damage done to it.
And, you know, LG's leading. Marty Sponsler's almost 5 seconds back. Mark Russell 10 seconds back. Mike Collini 17 seconds back. And Edward Velarde in 5th is 28 seconds back. He is almost a lap down.
That's right. And I tell you what, live sim racing, folks, P.A.D. 195, people against distracted driving. Stay alive, don't text and drive. Keep that in mind. And tell you what, LSR TV is going to keep on bringing you the action-packed here as the P.A.D. Series kicks off. So stay tuned.
Every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. our broadcast will start here on GreatSimRacing.com. You can catch the action here live. And then if you miss some of the race, you can also get it on replay. So you can come to GreatSimRacing.com and check out the replays.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, coming up November the 18th, NobleMotorsport.com is going to be hosting a Sprint Cup series, 10 weeks, all broadcasted, 30-car field is going to be all live broadcasted. Got some excellent prizes those folks are giving away over there. And, of course, you're going to have your broadcasters, Wayne Finley and, of course, myself, Rick Law Dog Donathan, broadcasting that as well. So, hadn't heard about it, get over there, check it out, get signed up, and we'll see you at the track.
Hey, Rick, we got the 22 with Mike Collini on pit road on lap 892, taking right side Goodyear tires, filling up the first can of Sunoco. Jack goes up for the left side tires, and Mike Collini is down and away, headed back out into the action.
Absolutely, and it looks like you said, you got all 4 tires there, filled it up with that Sunoco gas. Now, let me ask you this, Wayne. How many more laps are they going to have to go? Is this going to carry them the full distance, or are we looking at another pit stop?
They can go the rest of the way from here. The one more pit stop will get them. We got 130 laps. So on lap 95, we're looking at 45 laps. And like I said, you can go about 52 to 55 laps here on Sunoco Racing Fuel.
Well, I tell you what, for some of those guys that actually pitted a little bit early, having to pit early again, it's going to be cutting him close like Brad Lambie. It's definitely going to cut him close to finishing out this race without having to take another pit.
Yeah, LG Whaley's right up behind the 17 truck of Edward Velarde, and Edward's fighting hard to keep him going another lap down, but LG just passes him on the outside. I believe the 17 is going to pit road, Rick.
Absolutely, enters pit road there, 37 miles an hour. Definitely don't want to black flag at this moment, this late in the game. We're following in behind him is the 28 of Stephen Tapley Sr. Now, these guys are going to come down pit road, probably going to see 4 tires and Sunoco gas, and out they're going to go. But that's going to leave LG Whaley out there. Of course, he's got a really good lead, Wayne. But, I still don't know how this is going to fall out. You got 3 cars still on the lead lap, but those 3 cars have still got to pit.
And when they pit, Jason Orlando and possibly Wayne Feldman may get back on the lead lap, because you can almost make up a lap while your opponents are pitting.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Jason Orlando, Wade Fieldman, Edward Velarde, I tell you, Ed definitely knows how to play out the strategy game, especially when it comes to the pit stops. So Edward Velarde may be sitting exactly where he had. This may be a plan that he tried to set up.
LG's leading with a 6.3 second lead over Marty Sponsor. You think one of these guys might gamble and just take right sides in fuel?
I definitely think we're going to probably see that, and it could. You may very well see Marty Sponsor take 2 tires, but I tell you, even if he does get the edge but taking only 2 tires, at some point in time he's still going to have to deal with LG, and if LG takes 4, it's just definitely going to give him the upper edge.
Yeah, Mike Collini just got under the number 5 and went around him. Mike's now running in 7th position. Like Marty Sponsor, the 23 may be coming to pit road. Check it out, Rick.
Sponsor entering into the pit road there at about 44 miles an hour, so he definitely hit his mark right on the money where he needed to, Wayne. I'm definitely going to see if he's going to take 2 tires or 4 tires. Probably definitely going to fill it up with gas. he's got a good entry into his pit there, and it looks like they jacking up that right-hand side there to put tires on.
Our leader, L.G. Whaley in the 99 on lap 100 brings it to pit road, and we'll be checking his pit stop action.
Marty Sponsler out of the pit, took all 4 tires, filled it up with fuel. He is going to be definitely good for the end of the race here, so we'll see what happens there.
LG set on the pole in that 99. He took the best pit box there is, the very first one. He's taking right side tires. Crew's going around to the left side. He's putting fuel in it. Wait a minute. I don't think LG's taking but 2. Oh, he just took 2 tires. LG is away. He may have gotten a penalty on pit road there.
He may have, and I tell you what, he was in the pit for a good little time there, Wayne. So definitely want to take a look at the pit there.
I was watching his speed as he crossed that outer marker, and he was doing 67. He may not have got it slowed down enough.
Tell you what, I took a look at the replay, Wayne, and it looks like his speed was 57 miles an hour as he crossed that cone into the pit.
If that's the case, looking at a replay now, if you get caught coming in, it's 15 seconds, and that may be what has happened to the 99 LG Whaley.
Wayne Philman, number 95, our new leader, Wayne. Jason Orlando running second in the number 5 truck with that Marty Sponsler, the number 23, running third.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Wayne, just taking a look back at the replay, it looked like the number 5 of Jason Orlando went to go into the pit, got the truck a little sideways as he entered pit road. I'll tell you, that's going to be costly.
He hit that inside pit wall pretty hard, too. Got some damage to that left front.
He does, but I tell you what, Wayne Philman right now is smiling from ear to ear. I can see that smile all the way from the booth up here and on the back stretch as he's in into turn 3, knowing that things just fell his way.
Like you said earlier, you can't count your chickens till they hatch, and anything can happen here at Atlanta in the Truck Series, and it certainly happened. That was a bad bit of circumstance for LG getting that speed penalty on pit road.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, it opened up, looks like we got the top 6 cars with Mike Collini being the last car on the lead lap. Now, I know that Mike has already went into the pit there, so definitely, I tell you, one of the things, if we saw here now, if a caution was to come out, that's definitely going to be a game changer as well.
It's hard for me to believe we're on lap 105, and we have still not had a caution flag. So that's quite an achievement for Atlanta in the Truck Series.
Absolutely, but I tell you what, these guys know how to wheel these things around here. They've been patient all day. They've gave each other enough room. Just seen a lot of respect out here on the track for each other. And tell you what, when you mix that recipe up, that's a recipe for one heck of a race.
Looking at lap speeds, Wayne Feldman is crossing the stripe. His last lap was 30.661.
He's definitely got that thing tuned in right now. Marty Sponsler doesn't look like he's making much ground right now, but Brad Lampke looks like he may be making a little ground on Marty.
Let me tell you who's turned up the wick. LG Whaley just ran a 30 flat.
Absolutely, and I tell you, that's the next car I was looking at. LG Whaley coming up on Brad Landby, just about 4 car lengths behind him, making gainway on him.
Wayne Feldman got so excited about having the lead there, came in pit road and has spun out on pit road and is now going down to get to his pit stall. Let's see how many tires Wayne takes.
Oh, man, I tell you, I thought Wayne had already took that last pit that he needed there, Wayne.
I did too, but he was one of the last ones to pit in that first round of pit stops. But
Well,
he'll have a little bit fresher tires than everybody else now.
Well, that's true, but I tell you what, that's going to put Marty Sponsor up there in that number 1 position, and I'm pretty sure he took a pit the same time LG did, didn't he?
He did, but look, Marty's leading. LG is only 3.3 seconds back, and wow, what a finish this is going to be.
Absolutely. Here at lap 109, Marty Sponsler in the number 1 position, 3.391 seconds. Behind him is L.J. Whaley, and he knows that LG is on his way.
Let's check the lap times between our leader and LG. LG has got a 10th faster than our leader. So LG Whaley is definitely on the move. And with 20 laps to go, I wouldn't count the old man out yet.
Oh, definitely not. But I tell you what, I'm sure Marty has got a few things up his sleeve there. He knows LG is going to definitely give him a good run for his money. He's going to definitely try to get all that clean air he possibly can right now.
He's down to 3 seconds on lap 111. He's driving the wheels off that 99 truck, Rick.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, another gentleman's driving the wheels off of is Marty Sponsor. He's definitely not waiting for LG Whaley. He knows that trouble is in his rear view mirror, and he's definitely not looking back. Looking back here at Brad Lambie, he's just kind of fell behind LG Whaley. Mark Russell's going to be the next guy that's going to be trying to make position on Brad Lambie, running in 4th spot in that number 02. Tell you what, LG riding along here with LG Whaley. He's coming up, I believe it's going to be lap traffic of Stephen Tapley Sr. Is going to go on the inside there as he's getting ready to go into turn 3.
He does have a little bit of a view way up in front of our leader, Marty Sponsler. So he's got him in sight. Let's just see if he can reel him in as we come to lap 115 with 15 laps to go.
I tell you what, as long as Marty doesn't look out of that rear view mirror, just keeps doing what he's doing, I think it's going to come down very close. It's going to be very close, Wayne.
Lead stabilized there at 3.013, so looks like Marty may have to make a mistake for LG to catch him.
It's possible, but again, we're here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and anything can happen.
Mike Collini just crossed the finish line. His last lap was a 30.667. He's running in 5th position.
Tell you what, looking back here at Mark Russell getting some good runs here. He's just kind of sitting back and watching what's in front of him with Brad Lambie and LG Whaley. Definitely trying to do what he can to get himself in position to try to make some ground on Brad Lambie.
Now Marty's got that 23 truck dialed in. His last lap was a 30.375. As he comes to the stripe this time, we'll check his speed. 182 miles an hour at the stripe as he goes off into turn 1.
Tell you what, Marty Sponsor coming out of turn 2 about the time that LG Whaley looks like he's coming out of turn 2. Both of them on the back stretch now. LG looks like he is slowly reeling him in. It's gonna. I tell you what, they may just run out of laps, Wayne. I'm not sure. It's going to be real close.
Yeah, he's down to 2.9. In today's race, we've had 6 lead changes. Will there be a 7th? Marty is hoping not.
And I'm sure LG is hoping so. So I tell you what, folks, all this excitement is brought to you by Live Sim Racing. Here, P.A.D. 195. These guys doing 130 laps here today.
You know, after the pit stop cycled out, we're back to 6 cars on the lead lap. Marty Sponsler's running first, L.G. Whaley second, Brad Lambie in third, Mark Russell in fourth, Mike Collini in fifth, and Craig White is back in sixth position, some 26 seconds behind our leader.
Tell you what, 2.801 seconds behind Marty Sponsler. LG is, he's got to be burning them tires up.
Ten laps to go. If he's going to make it happen, it's 2.6 seconds back. That might be a little bit too much because Marty's running pretty fast laps too.
Absolutely, and I'm taking a look back here at Mark Russell, Mike Collini, Craig White. They're just kind of by themselves out here. Not really much to gain on position itself. Brad Lambie is coming up on the, I believe it's going to be the 28 of Stephen Tapley Sr. He is 1 lap down. So definitely the race is going to come down to Marty and LG for a position here.
Failed to mention earlier, but Bob Roberts did get that 47 truck fixed. He's back out. He is several laps down, but he is back out on the racetrack running.
It's always good to see these guys get those trucks back in there, get them fixed, get them back out here and run, because once this season officially starts, those points are definitely going to count. Bob
Roberts may have some other problems. He's pulling off onto the apron, headed for pit road. Sometimes you don't.
Go ahead, Wayne.
Sometimes you don't get the sheet metal pulled back. You may cut a tire down or something still bent and the truck just won't handle. You did a little bit of damage to it in that wreck. You don't want to tear it up and just completely destroy it.
Absolutely. It's always good to get that stuff pulled away from them tires. After all, them tires are really important out there, ain't they, Wayne?
Yes, they don't go very fast with blown tires, and you can really mess one up. Looks like he is retiring and going back in the garage area.
Taking a look back up here at Marty Sponsler, I tell you, he's getting some good entrance and exits out of the corners. Real smooth going in and going out, but I tell you, LG Whaley, he's going in and out smooth as well. So 124 laps in the books here, folks. Narrowing it down to about the last 6 laps.
I take a look out the back of Marty Sponsler's truck and see that LG in that 99 is back there behind him. But if Marty doesn't make a mistake, I think this one might be in the bag.
Absolutely, but I tell you, LG is definitely going to be, you're going to see his lap times probably increase more so now than you have the whole race. It's definitely, he's kicking himself about that penalty in the pits.
He crosses the line now and headed down into turn 1. Still running very consistent laps. His last lap was a 30.4. Marty's lap was also a 30.4, so they're pretty much running the same speed.
Tell you what, LG Whaley still just trying to do what he can from one lap to the next. 2.1, actually he just brought it down to a 1.892 seconds behind Marty Sponsler. So he is definitely still closing in, but may just run out a little time here today. May run out of laps, Wayne.
Yep, our leader's going under the 05 trucks of lap traffic, and he is coming to lap 128.
Tell you what, you're probably going to see LG Whaley try to get in behind this lap truck just to pick up a little bit of draft off of him. That's going to even narrow the time down. He's down to 1.583 seconds behind the leader, Marty Sponsler.
Say what, for LG's first start in this series, that's a pretty respectable race he's run so far.
Absolutely, as goes underneath the 05 there, and coming out of turn 4 on the straightaway.
On lap 129, the leader is.
LG Whaley, Marty Sponsler running first. LG Whaley in second. Third position is number 79 of Brad Lambie, having a good run, just getting past the 28 of Stephen Tapley Sr.
In fourth place, we got Mark Russell. Fifth, Mike Collini. And sixth, Craig White, still on the lead lap. All right, Marty Sponsler. Marty Sponsler's taking the white flag. He is on the final lap, and LG is still 1.2 seconds back. I don't believe even with that Sunoco racing fuel, he's going to catch him. And as Marty Sponsler takes the checkered flag and wins the P.A.D. 195 here at Atlanta. And we'll get an in-truck interview with him very shortly.
Excellent race these guys put on today.
Yes, it was. Finishing out the running order was 7th, Stephen Tapley Sr., 8th, Wayne Fellman, 9th, Edward Velarde, 10th was David Pugh, 11th, Lloyd Jones, 12th, Bob Roberts, 13th, Jason Orlando, 14th to Rodney Harris, 15th to Patrick Williams, and that rounds out our race lineup for the P.A.D.D. 195. As our winner, Marty Sponsler, does his burnouts in that 23 truck right at the start-finish line here at Atlanta. As soon as he's through with his burnouts, we'll talk to our winner of today's race.
I tell you what, Wayne, he probably ain't got much tire left on that truck, wheeling that thing around here, having LG Whaley knocking on his back door.
Pardon that. Marty, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, I do.
That was a great race, Marty. LG looks like you got that speeding penalty on pit road, but you were right there with him all race long. How did you make any changes on that last pit stop?
But if you're talking to me, yeah, in that middle stop there, I kind of tightened it up. I believe I went the wrong way on the right rear spring offset, and so we got her back on that last stop. But I don't think I had anything for LG. He was definitely a stout truck. I thought it'd probably be a second or third place truck, to be honest with you.
Well, congratulations on the win. Sounds like your dogs there in the pits are very happy.
Oh yeah, you know, I apologize for that, but yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, I'd like to dedicate this win to that Nikki. I really needed to do the first race, and like I say, I just want to dedicate it to her.
Now, Wayne, you know that's not dogs in the background. That's his fan club. He's in victory lane.
All right, I think.
Brad Lambie, this is Rick Law Dog Donathan. Wayne, I've caught up with our third place guy, Brad Lambie. Brad had a heck of a run out there. Take us back a few laps.
Yeah, I was fighting a loose condition all night, and I just had a hard time keeping it underneath me. I just tried to hang on the best I could.
Well, I tell you what, talking about some conditions you had out there, I noticed coming out of turn 2, it seems like you were having some tough moments coming out of turn 2. It looked like that truck wanted to go up there to the wall. Seen you jerk the wheel several times coming out, connecting to that wall, but was able to keep it going straight.
Yeah, that seemed to be my biggest problem corner. If I didn't point it right coming off and it got it up real close to the wall, it just seemed like I wanted to suck it around there a little bit. So I had my hands full. But just glad I could keep it in one piece and not get in anybody's way.
Good deal. Well, Brad, I tell you what, you ran a great race. Now, I noticed also you were like one of the first trucks when we started the first pit stop. You were one of the first trucks in the pit. Was there a strategy there?
And there might have been a little bit. I just figured out the kind of laps we could run. And I knew I was kind of behind the ball a little bit, so I wanted to make an adjustment as early as I could. And I just kind of waited for that window. I knew it was going to be a 2-stop race, so I went as early as I could, and looks like it kind of worked out for me. I was lucky to get a top 5 and end up 3rd, so otherwise I think I'd have been back a little bit farther.
Well, good deal. Well, I tell you what, we congratulate you on your 3rd place finish here, Brad. Excellent race. You got anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank P.A.D.D. first and foremost for putting on this series. It's something I'm really glad to be a part of. Classic Motorsports for all the help, support over the last year or so. Everybody here involved, it's I'm glad to be a part of it all. I want to thank everybody for all the work they got in it.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Brad, again, we congratulate you on your 3rd place finish. I'm going to throw the mic back up to Wayne Finley.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Brad. We had a great race here today. Truck Series race here, P.A.D.D. 195. Still can't believe we went 130 laps caution-free. Ended up with just 6 trucks on the lead lap. Once again, your winner was Marty Sponsler. L.G. Whaley was 2nd. Brad Lambie 3rd. Mark Russell 4th. Mike Collini was 5th. And Craig White was 6th. If you missed the race today, you can go to GreatSimRacing.com. I'd like to thank Laura Lawson, our producer-director, for the great camera work she did today. And once again, my name is Wayne Finley and Rick Donathan in the booth. And we will see you next Law Dog, the Law Dog, Rick Donathan. We'll see you next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for Daytona, a restrictor plate race. The draft-in is tight. 109 laps at Daytona. You're talking about excitement. Don't miss next Wednesday night, GreatSimRacing.com for the P.A.D.D. Daytona race. Good night, and thank you for watching.